Good day everyone and welcome to another episode of Pandacraft. Today we're going to start building the castle. Before we can build, we have to get some preparation stuff done. So I've moved all the stuff from over there into here. So these are all the shulker boxes we need to be able to build this castle. So what I want to do first is I just want to lay it all out, get it all color coded and get it all organized. Because when you're building a castle this big that requires almost 90,000 blocks, we're going to want it to be all sorted out and organized before we start. It's just going to massively speed up the process. So let's do that right now and I'll see you in a moment. Some beautiful organization. If we sort of come through, like, these are lights, so this is where all the lighting blocks are. We've got all the frog lights there and all the miscellaneous lights there that we're going to be using throughout the build. And then things like this as well: white concrete powder, and this is light gray concrete powder, this is white, black and light gray concrete, the different colored walls, and so on and so forth all the way down. So if I'm building it and I'm like, oh, I need more snow blocks, I can just look here and go, look, there's the snow. Bang, there it's going to be. So let's start building this castle. Now, the original castle that this is based on is made up of a bunch of white bricks. They all look very similar to each other. Basically got some big bricks and some small bricks. So what I've done is I've actually designed 4 different types of bricks that I'm going to be repeating over and over and over again all around this entire exterior of this castle. And I'm going to show those bricks to you right now. We've got the first layer is all bricks that are 16 blocks wide. So we got 13, 14, 15. 16 blocks wide, and then when you get to the second brick, it sort of starts here and goes 1, 2, 3. Every brick on the in this build is 4 blocks high. So if I go 1, 2, and 3, and then I can just sort of go across with these bone blocks until I get 1 block away, and then I fill the inside out with wool. For this is just for this one particular brick, and then I stick a frog light on the top right corner. Now every one of these is designed to sort of have a highlight across that top corner, and then a shadow sort of along the bottom. So you notice it's sort of darker on this side. So you can almost imagine the sun's on that direction. And it's just sort of creating a little bit of shadow here. We're trying to create like a bit of depth to it. Now, every one of my bricks has a frog light in the top right corner of it. This just helps to make sure that the entire castle, because it's so big, the entire castle will always be lit up from the outside, even at nighttime. So that's the first brick. Now, it doesn't look like much. When you start putting them all together, it starts looking a little bit better, I do promise. So the next brick is the same size. And again, if we follow this one across, this time we've got some quartz blocks. And then we're going to fill the inside of this one with snow and a frog light. And that is our first 2 bricks. I'm just going to do 2 more and I'll be right back. Just like that. I made a small mistake on these first 2. So I put the wall all the way down to here. So this is sort of meant to come around that corner. That's kind of the design I've given it. And the same thing with this one. So it sort of gives a highlight on those 2 edges, and then you get a bit of darkness on these 2 edges. So it just sort of pops a bit and makes it look a bit more 3-dimensional. Now, we've got the next lot of bricks. Now, the next lot of bricks are built a little bit differently. So for the next layer, we're going to find this center and we're going to go across 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that'll be basically bang in the center of the whole thing. And then we're going to come up 3 here. We're going to fill the inside with white concrete powder, and then we're going to do the edges in quartz pillars, again with a pearlescent frog light in the middle. Now I've gone with pearlescent frog light because out of all the light blocks in the game, this looks the whitest. So the next brick is made of light gray concrete powder along the bottom. So that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, with a smooth quartz edge filled in the middle with iron blocks and rounded off on the corners with some nice smooth quartz, and once again a frog light in the corner. Let me just fill out the rest of the top of this, and then I'll show it to you all at once. All right, that's done now. So if you're looking here now, you can sort of see 4 big bricks, and then you can see above there's a bunch of small ones. And again, you can notice the darker lines on this side to sort of create a shadow, and that's to sort of create a highlight with the middle bulging. So it sort of creates a 3-dimensional look. Now, it's really hard to tell on a small scale like this. This is a small scale. Once I start getting full walls, these are going to look so much better. But you can sort of get the idea that you can sort of determine the difference between that brick and that brick and this brick and this brick. And if we go a bit further back, like from all the way over here, you can start to see that they start looking a bit more like bricks, and you know, they sort of start blending together, and but you can still tell the difference from brick to brick. So they do stand out, that it doesn't just look like a flat wall when it's finished. because the castle is so big, you're not really going to get a good view unless you're far away, because if you're here and you're looking up that wall, you can't even see the roof from here. So the best views will be from all the way back here. So let's jump into a quick time lapse. Let's see if we can get this whole back wall all built. So this one's pretty straightforward, nice and big and flat, and it'll give me a really good way to sort of show you the brick layout once we have a full wall in. And then we may have to leave parts of this for another episode. I'm not going to be able to get the whole castle done today, but at the very least, we'll get the back wall done, and we'll see if we can get any more done after that, depending on how long it takes. So let's jump into time lapse, and I'll see you in a minute. We're about halfway done on this wall. It is quite a big task. Every like 2 layers I do, I'm like running out of materials again. I've got to go down there. I've got to keep restocking my inventory, but it is coming along really nicely. So as you can see, it's still lit up quite nicely through the night, and now it's day. But you saw for a moment there that even though it was nighttime, the whole wall was still lit up as if it was daytime. And that's the whole point of having all those frog lights all over the wall. And they're doing a fantastic job. So, there's a creeper down there though. Let's move away from him. And when you fly alongside it, you start getting a real big idea of how big this thing really is, because it just sort of keeps on going and going. It's going to be huge when this thing's done. It's going to be absolutely epic. Now, this little hole here, this is going to go out into a little courtyard later on. It's a bit raised up off the ground. So let's get back into the time lapse and finish off this wall. That is the back wall finished. Now this is obviously the inside. So from the other side, this is what you're looking at. Now I think the windows might actually give away which castle this is. They're not quite finished. There's another layer to go on the outside there. I'll get to that one at the end when I do all the detailing on the outside. But if you know what the castle is already, chuck it down in the comments. I'd love to see who's worked it out already. And this is only 1/8 of the entire building. Oh yeah, 1/8. Not even a quarter of the way finished yet. This is a huge build, and we might do a little bit more building later in the episode. But first, what I want to do is I want to head over to the shopping district and open a new shop, because if we come through the shopping district, we've got a few little shops here that have popped up, and we've still got our little pop-up shops over here. These pop-up shops haven't been restocked. Once they're out, and then they close. And same as the iron shop down there. Now we've made a few sales in each of the shops, which is lovely. We've got a few diamonds out of that. But over here, I've marked out the footprint of my new mega shop. The mega shop's not going to be built just yet. I don't have the resources for it. But what I can do is if I come down this side, this little corner, the shop I've designed is going to have a little car park. So what I'm thinking is, let's build out the car park now, and then we can set up like a little car park sort of markets, you know, like some market stalls in a car park. And then later on, we'll build the entire shop, because I've got a bunch of stuff such as all my copper and a bunch of different lighting options, like end rods and all the different frog lights that a lot of the other people don't have access to. So I want to open up a little shop so that they can buy the stuff. I don't want to build anything major, because all of this is going to end up in this massive smart shop later on. And that is something for a much later episode. So I've got all the stock here with me. I've got all the resources I need to build this car park. I'm going to build the car park and I'll be right back. All right, so we've got our little car park made now. I've just basically made it out of this grey concrete powder, which looks a lot like bitumen. And then underneath all the carpet here, there's glowstone. So that way it all stays lit up at night. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put some little market stalls here, a bunch of materials in my hand, and we'll just pick a few spots and we'll just sort of put a couple of almost like portable little marketplace ones, sort of similar to that sort of style over there. But these will be a little bit bigger. And this will just be a temporary place for us to sell our goods. So I'll whack a few of those together and I'll be right back. All right, so I've got these little market stalls done up. We've got 3 little carts here now. So this will be our lighting shop. Over here, we might have our copper shop, and over there, we might have things like iron and that we're selling over there already, just so we can sort of get it all a little bit more centralized. So we've got our little copper shop here selling all the copper, and also I chucked in stacks of honeycomb as well, because if you're buying copper, you probably want to wax it up. Simple copper like this is relatively cheap, so you can get 32 blocks for just 1 diamond. The fully oxidized stuff is 1 diamond for 16. So the ones that are in between, like this one and this one, you only get 8 diamonds for. The reason I've done that is because these are easy to get through the farm, and these are easy to get because all I have to do is lay them out in AFK overnight and I get them. But these middle ones, I actually have to actively watch them. So they're a lot harder to obtain. I think most people are either going to buy this one and age it themselves, or they'll buy that one and then they'll just knock it back a level or 2 if they need it. Over here, we've got 5 different lights on sale. We've got all the frog lights, we've got some glowstone, and we've got some end rods. And then this one's just iron and gold. So let's head back to the base. I'm going to beat up with Shaden. Back at the base, and can I make it? Yes! Haha! Perfect, like a pro. All right, so we're back at the base. We got Shaden somewhere over there hiding. Oh, there's Shaden now. Hello, Shaden. So we've got Shaden over there. I'm going to go call him over in a moment. What we're going to do, we're going to do a little bit more science with Sim and Shaden. So if you have a look over here, you'll notice I've built something else with some more sculpt catalysts. And this time we've got a little bit of a different design. So let's go get Shaden and we'll talk through how it works.
I'm here. What have you got for me this time?
We are doing more science today, Shaden.
More science. I want you to hold that thought.
Okay. Okay.
You ready? You ready? Hang on.
I'm ready.
Ready. Okay. Let me just do something really quickly.
Okay.
Stand back a bit. Okay. And
well. Okay then. Oh.
What do you think of this?
Shaden. You got changed.
You said you were going to do science. You said we're doing science, so
I didn't know you had another outfit, and
I had one in my ender chest.
What's happening with your butt? Oh, okay. I see. I get it now. Let's go. Can you crouch?
I don't know. I haven't. That's just the back of my coat. That's
can you crouch? Okay, no, that's cool.
It's really weird. This is my lab coat.
It's what?
Okay? It's my lab coat.
You just got
doing science.
You got this strap. I think. Oh, it's your belt. I'm looking at your belt. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's my belt. My coat isn't very long. Look, I'm tall.
I get it. Right? Okay, fair. You know B-dubs. You're a tall fella.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it. And you got your red pen up there and everything as well, so you can mark
I'm ready
down
for
all the
science.
stuff. This is fantastic. All right, if we look over these edges, better off just looking over this corner here, you'll see these.
I don't have an elytra on now, so I need to be extra careful.
You probably should, yeah. Did you want to chuck your elytra on just in case?
Because I know what you're like.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No.
If you look over the edge, you're going to notice these weird shapes, the big square boxes, 3 in a row, and they get smaller as they go. They sort of look like 3 cups inside each other that
like
are getting
little
smaller.
Russian dolls.
Yeah, I've got 10 sculpt catalysts in each one. Now that side I haven't put them in there because I don't want to risk it somehow jumping that far. I don't think it can.
Over to this one. Okay.
Yeah, so just in case, I don't want to. So this first cell over here, this will be your cell. This is where you die.
What? Is a cell the right word for it?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Do you have a better word?
No.
All you need to do is you butt up against the trapdoors here, put yourself somewhat centered, take out the 2 trapdoors, and you'll fall straight down here next to this Scott Catalyst over here.
Yeah.
If you've got no boots on, you're gonna die straight away.
Okay. Yep.
It's gonna be fun.
Okay.
Now, how many levels have you got?
I've got 32 levels.
32. Okay, so I'm up to 453 again. So
453.
Yeah, just a couple. I know what you're thinking, not much, but it is what it is. You know, like you have to work with what you got. It's no 800 levels like I had the first time we did this, and I need to learn how to place chests. There we go. We have a double chest. Nice. So you can empty your inventory. So and I can empty
Let me guess. Let me guess. I'm going first.
You know what? Since you volunteered, you were always going to go first. Yes.
All right. Let's get all this stuff off.
Yeah, get your kit off. Come on. Take off your lab coat.
I've got my lab. No, lab coat kind of has to stay on now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for science. Yeah, I got you.
Yep, I've got all my gear off. I am ready for this experiment.
Shiny leather shoes and everything. Yeah. So, did you set your spawn?
Yes, I did.
You're like, I placed the bed, but I did just set the spawn. So go sort of in the middle of the 2 trapdoors. So you're just sort of in the center. Yep. And then whenever you're ready,
Hmm. That's. I guess I'm ready.
You certainly are. Okay, so it's so hard to tell what's going on in here right now.
I want to have a better look.
Should we?
Oh no. I grabbed my wings.
The good thing is, at least
wings.
you know what, you had your elytra with you, and that's what matters. Okay.
So you can't just hold wings; you have to wear the wings.
Weird, right? Weird.
I tried to tell you this before, and you wouldn't listen. You know when you wear wings all the time,
You get used to it.
and you forget that you're not wearing them. Okay, that's pretty good.
Ooh.
Look at that; it's gone down underneath there.
Yeah. Okay, so it's traveled right to the top of this wall, which is great. I was kind of hoping that it would sort of travel over the top of the wall and start sort of infesting this middle one, but it hasn't touched the middle one at all. It might just need more levels.
Well, we'll try it with yours. Well, that was not a bad effort. So I had what did I say? 32 levels. 32, and you've got what? 476.
453.
I'll get it right one day.
You won't. I just want to test your elytra. Have you got it on? Yeah, okay, just check.
I've put it back on.
Could you imagine jumping off the edge of this thing with your elytra in your hand and not on your back?
No, that sort of thing would never happen. Ever.
That was great. That was fantastic.
That's so good.
So you've got a little bit of, you've basically filled most of that corner out on this side.
Yeah.
What we've done now is that we've moved the catalyst over to this side, so they're all ready to go now.
Are you ready to go?
I think so. Have I? I've got no boots on this time, which
You
is
got no
nice.
boots on.
I've
got
got
no gear on.
Oh, I've got my lab coat on. Yep. Here we go.
It's spreading. It's still going. It's still going.
Damn, that's spreading pretty
It's
well
still
actually. Oh,
Oh,
that
good.
is considerably more than yours.
Actually,
It's hard to say because there's not really a lot on the bottom of it.
Put an elytra on and have a look.
Should I put it on or should I just carry it in my hand?
Well, you can carry it in your hand, but it doesn't do a lot, I found.
Oh, look, there's some on the bottom as well, like underneath it.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that it would sort of spread underneath. I guess it makes
From
sense.
here, it doesn't look like a huge difference. In fact, it almost looks like maybe a little bit more.
Right,
Well,
let's...
there's definitely more. You've definitely got more.
But
But is it a lot more?
I don't know. Let's dig them up. All right, I've got a barrel underneath each one. So we can dig them up and we'll have a bit of a look at them and we'll see exactly how much we've got and we'll do some comparisons.
Okay.
Let's do that and we'll be back. So we have broken all the blocks, as you can see, all the sculk blocks and all the veins and all the rest of that, even off the bottom of it. And we have put them down into, we got a barrel down there for Shaden and a barrel down there for me.
I'm on the left, you're on the right. Looks like there's a lot more out of your one, dude.
It's kind of hard to say. So mine is definitely, it's done more damage to the top of that square. Whereas yours sort of looks like it's, I don't know, yours looks like it's done a bit of damage right through the middle bit there.
Yeah, through the middle and the next layer.
It's really hard to tell.
So is yours.
And then of course, it's also hard to tell based on the fact that, you know, the veins as well, like the veins just grow on the outside. So audience, you know what to do. Get down in that comment section. Tell us, Shaden or Sim, who do you think has more? And
Shaden.
Look, obviously it's me. But it's, I mean, 800 levels. No, 400 level. 400, I don't even know. Even now I'm getting it wrong. So
okay, so I had 32. You had 400 and whatever.
We know it's definitely going to be me. So I guess the question is, how much more do you think we'll have?
All right, let's go have a look. Let's have a look.
Okay. In my defense, I was not trying to punch you off then. I was just trying to merely dig the floor out from beneath you.
I guess that's better.
Okay,
all right,
okay.
We're ready to open this.
You open your chest, I'll open mine, and we'll tell each other how much we've got.
Okay, so I've got...
Is your barrel full as well?
It's not empty.
Don't tell him.
It's not empty.
It's certainly not empty.
Okay. Well, okay, I'll go. So
you go.
I have got
how many...
a stack and 36 of sculk blocks.
Okay, sculk blocks. I have one full stack and a second stack with 36 in it also.
You got 36 as well.
Exact same amount of blocks.
That's weird.
That's
Okay.
disappointing.
Okay, then you've got to have more. No, I've got to have more.
It must have been.
surely.
It must have been all in the vein. It must
All
be
in the vein. Well, okay. Well, you go first. What have you got in the vein?
I have got a stack of 64. I've got a second stack that also has 64 in it. And I have a third stack with 38.
38.
Yeah. I feel like it's not much.
Look, I've got 2 stacks. Each
And that's
contain
it.
64.
Oh, sorry.
and 11. Just 11.
So hang on. So what you're telling me is we've got the same amount of sculk blocks, and I got 27 extra veins, and that's it.
Sounds about right, but
and that's 10 times extra levels.
yeah. I don't know what to think of this.
Do you know what the definition of insanity is?
I mean, it's something about doing the same thing and expecting results. I don't know. There's a saying.
It's basically if you keep doing the same tests over and over again and expecting different results, then that's insanity. So this is now the third time, and the results have been disappointing every time.
But in the past, you have definitely had more. You had more levels when you weren't wearing your feather falling
I'm guessing
boots.
more, but not that much more. I think what we need to try next time we do this, maybe there's a cap on the levels. Maybe 40 levels, hypothetically, might be the absolute maximum, because you had 32 and I had 400. Maybe it just goes, hey, look, I'm only paying you out on the first 40. Maybe.
So that leads me to think,
You're probably going to die a lot for science.
I don't know if I want to do that. Subscribe to AusCrafterSim, everyone. Now I'm back up here with no elytra.
What are you doing up there? You know what I love? Do you know what my favorite part of all of this is?
What?
Apart from the fact of watching your stuff explode, it's this right here. The totem of undying.
I wasn't wearing... Oh,
Floating on the
I wasn't
floor.
wearing my little teddy.
That is big brain move right there.
So I have a slightly...
Do you know that's where we went wrong? You didn't wear your big brain for the science.
Scientists have big brains.
That's right. Okay, well, I found the problem. Let's do all these tests again tomorrow.
We're wearing our big heads.
Yes.
I like it.
I don't know. I don't have a big brain.
I even noticed a giant wall.
You didn't notice the giant wall?
Okay, I noticed a giant
It
wall.
blends in pretty well with the background. It's just like a few bricks. That's all it is.
Yeah. It's looking good.
It is. Got a long way to go. That is 1/8 of the castle.
1/8. That's the back wall of a huge build.
Technically, it's just under 1/8.
Wow.
But who's counting?
Okay.
Only another. Only another
70.
Only another 75,000 blocks to place, and the exterior will be done.
Wow.
All right, that's enough science. Let's get back to building. was a whole lot of building. Wow. What you see behind me is around about 10 hours of total building, and we're only about a third of the way done. That is 3/4 of the walls. I've just got this front one still to go. And then I've got the roof, and I've got to do little peaks and flags. And then there's another one, like kind of like these sort of circular towers here. There's another one of those that goes up and gets smaller as it goes. But there is still a ton of building still to go. But sadly, that is all I have time for today. If you enjoyed this episode, please make sure to hit that like button. If you've really enjoyed it and you're not already subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button before you go, so that you don't miss the rest of this incredible castle. Thanks for watching. Bye.